Hello guys, my name is Balkrishna Srivastav and welcome to Code with BK. So in this video we solve the entire paper of ICSE Class 10 2020 Computer Applications Boards paper. Okay. So before we begin, it is a request to please subscribe to my channel because most of my viewers are unsubscribed and your subscription is very important. So please do subscribe to my channel. Also, I will be solving this in Hindi because there are a lot of viewers who request this to be solved in Hindi. You can check out the video link in the description of this video, and I will be creating files for answers to each of these questions in the question paper. Okay, and the links to those answers can be found in the description of this video. So make sure that you check the description of this video because all important links will be in the description of this video. Okay, so let's begin. So define Java bytecode. Java bytecode is basically the intermediate code that is produced by the Java compiler from the source code. Then we have a difference between class and object. Okay, so class is basically a blueprint from which objects are created, and object is an instance of class. Name the following. The keyword which converts variable into constant is final. Okay, the method which terminates the entire program from any stage is system.exit 0. So instead of 0 in the argument, you can pass any other integer as well. 0 basically reflects normal termination of the program. Okay, you have the following are primitive data types. Double is primitive, string is non-primitive, char is primitive, integer is a wrapper class. Okay, for int type, so it is non-primitive. Okay, what is an operator? Name any two types of operators used in Java. Operators in Java are specific symbols that are used to perform specific operations. For example, the plus symbol is used to perform addition, minus for subtraction, and so on. Okay, name any two types of operators: logical operators, arithmetic operators, relational operators, and make sure that you add an example. What is auto boxing in Java? Auto boxing is basically the conversion of primitive data type into its corresponding wrapper type. Okay, automatically done by Java. Give an example. So if I have something like this, say int m is equals to 20, and I say integer n equal to m. Okay, this integer is a non-primitive type, this is a primitive type, but when we do this, we assign a primitive type to a non-primitive. This is called auto boxing because the compiler is able to identify this m integer goes into this wrapper class object n. So if you print the value n, you get the output as 20. Okay, so this is done. State the difference between length and length. So this length is used to find the number of locations in an array, in a Java array, and length function is a function in the string class which is used to find the length of the string, which is the number of characters in the string. Okay, what is constructor overloading? Constructor overloading is providing multiple constructors in a class. Okay, and I will be writing examples for all these in the answer sheet that I'm going to share. Okay, what is the use of import statement? Import statement is used to import user defined and predefined packages, classes, and interface. Okay, an infinite loop is a loop that runs infinitely and does not have a stopping condition. Give an example. You can say maybe if you want to have a for loop, you can say for int k equal to -1, k is less than equal to 0, and k minus minus. Sys out k. Okay, so k starts with -1, k less than equal to 0 condition is true. So the control goes inside and you print the value of k, then k minus minus happens. From -1, k becomes -2, and then this condition is checked again. K less than equal to 0 is true again for -2, and this is printed again. Then k goes -3, k less than equal to 0 is true again. So the value of k starts from -1, goes to -2, then -3 and -4, and so this condition is always true. So this loop continues infinitely. So if I run this, I'll get continuous values of k. Okay, all right, I had to terminate this. Okay, otherwise it keeps running. All right, so this is one example for an infinite loop. Okay, next question is question 3 part A. Write Java expression for the following. So Java expression would be math.sqrt b square minus 4 into a into c. Okay, obviously these have to be defined, otherwise you get errors here. So you can say int a equal to 1, b equal to 2, c equal to 3. Okay, so that this does not give you error. Oh, minus. Okay, this is what you need to write for an answer because this is the expression, and this double d1 equal to this value is going to be the entire statement. So if you write this part, it is enough. Okay, moving on, this is done. Evaluate the following if the value of x is 7, y is 5. So you have int x equal to 7, int y equal to 5. So let me take the running values of x and y. So x starts with 7 and y starts with 5. We have this expression. Okay, so this basically comes out to be like this in the statement. So this basically is saying x equal to x plus this entire thing, which is this. Okay, which is equal to x will be equal to, so the value of x is used, which is 7 plus. Now this is post increment. So the value of x is used first and then incremented. The value of x right now is 7, which is used and incremented by 1 to 8. Then plus x. X is now 8, so 8 is used, plus plus y. This is pre-increment, so the value of y is incremented by 1 and then used. So y becomes 6. Okay, and then used. Okay, so this comes out to be 7 plus 8 and 15, 6, 21 equal to 28. Okay, so x is 28, right? Okay, so if you have output here, x, now comment this out. Okay, so x is 28. All right, this is 28. At the out of the following, s1 life is beautiful, system.out.println, earth plus s1.substring, and then system.out s1 ends with l. So substring basically on a string takes either 1 or 2 integers. When substring takes 1 integer, it basically returns the string starting from that index. Okay, so index 4 is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So starting from the first white space till the end, okay, the first output is going to be earth plus this string, earth is beautiful. Okay, so the first output is going to be earth is beautiful. Okay, second is s1 dot ends with l will be false because this s1 does not end with uppercase l string, so the second line of output is going to be false. Okay, so if I run this, so I get this as the first line of output and this as the second line of output. So let me run this. So we have earth is beautiful first and then false. Okay, next is at the output of the following statement, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So a picture is worth is printed first, so we have something like this, a picture is worth, okay, followed by a tab. Okay, so make sure that you add at least 3 to 4 spaces to indicate that you are actually outputting a tab. Okay, because number of spaces for a tab depends on your settings, right? But 4 spaces should be enough to indicate that you are outputting a tab. Okay, then you have backslash double inverted quotes, so basically print a double inverted quote. Then you have 1,000 words, so 1,000 words. Okay, then a period symbol. Okay, then backslash double inverted quotes, which is basically another inverted quote printed, and then a space. Okay, and then inverted quote, which is a part of this string. Okay, so this should be your output. So if I run this, okay, so this should give me this output. A picture is worth with some tab spaces, okay, 1,000 words, okay, with a period symbol before this double inverted quotes. All right, moving on, give the output of the following program segment and mention how many times the loop will execute. So you have something like this. So we are used to seeing code which is indented by tabs. Okay, it is organized using tabs and white spaces. All right, so first thing you should do is write it with indents. So this is how the question is given. Since there are no curly braces here, it means this if is a part of this for and this continues a part of this if. Okay, so k starts with 5, k less than equal to 20 is true, k %6 equal to 0 is false because k is 5. So this continue does not happen, but since there is nothing more in this loop, the next value of k is calculated, which is 5 plus 7, 12. Okay, so it runs for k equal to 5 once. Okay, k becomes 12, k less than equal to 20 is true, k %6 equal to 0 is true, 12 %6 equal to 0 is true, k runs for 12. K %6 equal to 0 is continue, which is the same as the previous iteration. Nothing happens and you move on to the next value of k, which is k equal to 19. Okay, k equal to 19, k less than equal to 20 is true again for k equal to 19. Loop runs the third time. K %6 equal to 0 for k equal to 19 is false. Continue happens, you move on to the next value of k, which is 19 plus 7, 26. So k is now 26. Okay, k becomes 26, this condition is false. So the loop runs for these three values of k, so loop runs thrice. And the final value of k is 26, so 26 is printed. So the answer for output of the following program statement is going to be 26. Okay, and how many times loop will execute is 3. Okay, for values of k equal to 5, 12 and 19. K is 26. Okay. Next is, what is data type returned by the following library methods? Is white space is a method in the character class, okay, wrapper class for char, and it returns a boolean type, true or false. The return type here is boolean. Compare to ignore case, compare to returns an int, and so does compare to ignore case. So this returns an int type. Okay, these both return primitive types. Okay, moving on, we write the following program segment using logical operators. So you have something like this. So again, as I told you previously, if you have a code looking like this, make sure you write it using tabs and indents. Okay, this is how it is given. It should be looking like this, because this if is a part of this ifs body, and this system.out.println is a part of this ifs body. Okay, so if x is greater than 5, if x is greater than y, you print this. So using logical operators, basically you club both the if conditions into one. You say if x is greater than 5 and x is greater than y, okay, we system.out.println x plus y. Okay, because x plus y is printed when x is greater than 5 and then x is greater than y, which is the same as this. Okay, so I'm going to run this first. So let me comment this. Okay, so I have x is 10 and y is 7. X greater than 5 is true, x greater than y is true. So you print x plus y, 10 plus 7, 17. So you should get 17 as the output. Okay, and if we run this, we should get another 17 as the output. So this is done. Then we have following if else if construct to switch case. Again, write this properly using indents. Okay, the given code should look like this. Okay, and we take a car ch equal to lowercase c, say, so that we don't get red lines. Okay, so the code given here, this if else if, looks something like this. Okay, so you have to create a corresponding switch case. Okay, so switch ch. Okay, all right. So for lowercase c and uppercase c, we are printing computer. Okay, so for lowercase c and uppercase c, we are printing computer. Okay, and then we break, because that's all we are doing for these two cases. Then for lowercase h and uppercase h, we are printing Hindi. Okay, and then we break. Okay, if I don't break here, there is going to be a fall through of cases, and this is also going to be printed. Okay, so break is important. All right, and then else is basically your default case, which prints physical education. Okay, so for lowercase c, when I run this, I should get computer as the output. Let me add a border. Okay, so you should get computer as the output. If I make it lowercase h, I should get Hindi. If I make it something else, a question mark, I make it physical education. Okay, now when I run this switch case for the same value of ch, which was lowercase c. Okay, so for lowercase c, we get computer. Okay, for lowercase h, I am going to get Hindi. For uppercase h, Hindi, and for lowercase h as well, you get Hindi. Okay, and for anything else, a question mark, you get physical education, which is the output we are looking for. And so this is the corresponding switch case construct for this if else if. Okay, then we have, give the output of the following math.pow 36 to the power 0.5 plus math.cbrt125. Now cbrt is basically short for cube root, and it is an inbuilt method in the math class. So cube root is going to find the cube root of the argument that is passed. So this is going to return 5. Okay, and this is going to calculate math.power 36 to the power 0.5 is basically, this is basically square root, so this is 6. So 6 plus 5, 11, and output will be 11.0. Okay, so when you are writing the output, make sure that you add 0.0 to the end of this, because the return type from the sum of these is going to be a double value. Math.power returns a double, math.cbrt returns a double, double plus double is a double. Okay, so if I run this, okay, I will comment this out, because using the value of d1 again. Okay, and I'm going to add a border again. So the return value of this is being stored into d1, and d1 is printed. So this was 6 and this was 5, so 11.0 should be the output d1. Okay, For second, it is mat.ceil plus mat.floor. So now ceiling and floor give you the next and the previous whole number values respectively. You can relate this by standing in a room. When you stand in a room, there is a ceiling and there is a floor. So ceiling is basically the next whole number value, floor is the previous whole number value. So the ceiling for 4.2 is going to be next whole number value, which is going to be 5. Mat.floor 7.9 is going to be the previous whole number value for 7.9, which is going to be 7. So ceiling and floor both return a double type. So mat.ceil 4.2 will return 5.0. Mat.floor 7.9 will return 7.0. So 5.0 plus 7.0 double type plus double type will give you 12.0. So when I run this, okay, so I should get D2 as 12.0. Okay. Rewrite the following using ternary operator if n1 is greater than n2. So I am assuming this is n1 and n2. These are not subscripts, right? If n1 is greater than n2, r is true, else r is false. Okay. So the type of r is boolean because it is being set to true and false. So I am going to say boolean r because the type of r is boolean. Ternary operator takes the condition first, which is n1 greater than n2. Okay. So if this condition is true, r is true. So if this condition is true, I return the value true. If this condition is false, okay, I return the value false, so I return the value false. Okay, so I have to define n and n2 so that it compiles. N1 is say 10, n2 is say 20. So this is the code that uses ternary operator for this if else. Okay, next part is section B, which is the programming questions. Okay, so I'm going to start with question 4. So take a minute and give this question a reading. Okay, so you have to create a class cap service, and these are the member variables and these are the member methods. Okay, and you also have to create an object of this class in the main and invoke member methods. So I am going to create a class cap service and make sure the name of the class is exactly the same mentioned in the question. Okay, so you have 3 data members, car type, kilometer double. So I have private string car type, private double kilometer, private double bill. Okay, then I have member method. The first one is the constructor, the default constructor, public cap service. In this you are asked to set the string data members to blank and double members to 0. So you set car type to blank, kilometer to 0 and bill to 0. Okay, it says set it to 0.0, you make it 0 or 0.0, it's the same. Okay, the only technical difference here is this is an integer constant. An integer constant when goes into double is allowed. Okay, this is a double constant, so this 0 basically goes into this double and becomes 0.0. Okay, so you keep 0 or 0.0 is the same. Okay, next is public void accept. So public void accept. Okay, use scanner class to accept car type and kilometer. So I need a scanner class object, scanner equal to new scanner system dot in and import java.util dot scanner on top. Okay, I read the car type first. So read car type. Okay, so system dot out dot print. Okay, enter car type. Car type is a string, so car type is equal to scanner dot next line. Okay, now I'm using next line and not next because the car type are these two values, AC car and non-AC car, and these both contain white spaces. So it is assumed that the user is going to enter AC car or non-AC car as the two strings for car type, which contain white spaces, which can be read when we have a next line method. Okay, then we read kilometer. So I add another prompt message, enter kilometer, and I say kilometer is scanner dot next double. Okay, and my sub method is done. Next is calculate. So public void calculate. Okay, now you have to calculate based on the rules here. Okay, so for AC car, for the first 5 kilometers it is fixed at 150, and for non-AC car it is fixed at 120. Beyond 5 kilometers you pay 10 per kilometer for AC car, 8 per kilometer for non-AC car. So my if condition is going to be if car type is dot equals AC car. Okay, else if car type dot equals non-AC car. Okay, so for the first 5 kilometers, so if kilometer is less than equal to 5, okay, bill is fixed at 150 for AC car. Else, now this else part is when kilometer is greater than 5. In this case, bill is a fixed 150 plus 10 per kilometer for remaining kilometers which are kilometer minus 5. Okay, so you can put this into parenthesis. Okay, so this is for the first 5 kilometers and this is for all the kilometers beyond 5. And so will be the very similar condition for non-AC car. It's going to be 120, 120 and 8 per kilometer for the remaining kilometers. Okay, so calculate is done as well. Then we move on to public void display. Okay, you have to display car type, kilometer travel, total bill. So I say system dot out dot println car type, okay, which is car type. Okay, then you have kilometer traveled, which is going to be the value of kilometer, a space, add a space, add a space, kilometer. The last one is total bill, which is going to be your bill. Okay, all right. You have to create an object of this class and invoke member methods. Okay, so you can choose to write main in this very class. Okay, but I'm going to write my main in this class because it's my file. Okay, public static void main string args. Okay, name of the class. Okay, name of the object is cs for short for cab service is new cab service. Okay, or I will say better will be to use something like this. Okay, not saving too much time with that cs. Okay, now cab service dot accept is called first to accept values, cab service dot calculate is called next to calculate, and cab service dot display is called to finally display all the values, and this is your code. Okay, compiling this, have a C Java. Car type, I will say AC car. Okay, kilometer is 100. So AC car kilometer 100, total bill is 1100. How? For first 5 you have 150. So you have 150 plus remaining is 95. 95 into 10 is 950. 950 plus 150 give you 1100, which is okay. Then I say non-AC car. Is this string correct? Non-AC car. And is my condition using the same string? Yes. Okay. So for non-AC car, I'm going to say same kilometer 100. So this comes out to be 880, 120 for the first 5, then 95 into 8, 8 9 is 72, 8 5 is 40, 760 plus 120 is 880, which is correct. Okay, and this is your question 4 solution. All right, moving on, I have question 5. All right, take a minute and give this a reading. Okay, so you have to write a program to search for an integer value input by the user. So you have to take an integer input in the sorted list given using binary search. Okay, so this is the list of values in which we have to search the input value. If the value is found, we display search successful. If the value is not found, we display search unsuccessful. Okay, so in this class I'm going to write public static void main string gs. Okay, I will need a scanner class object to read input from the user system. Okay, and import java.util.scanner on top. Okay, these are the integers I have to use. So I'm going to say integers is an array of type int, okay, that has all these values. I ask the user to enter an integer value. So system.out.print enter an integer value. Okay, I say int integer is scanner dot next. Okay, use binary search to search for this value. Okay, all right, so for binary search we have int low is 0, high is arr dot length minus 1, which is the length of this array. So integers dot len gth minus 1. So I will take a boolean flag, boolean found set to false. This will be set to true in the search, in the binary search, if the value is found. So we iterate as long as low is less than equal to high. Okay, I calculate mid as low plus high by 2, the middle value between low and high. Now if there is a match, if integers of mid is the value we are looking for, okay, then I found the value. So I set found to true, okay, and I break. Okay, else is the case when this integer value is not matched with the middle value. So this can be lesser than the middle value or greater than the middle value. Now else if this integer value is greater than the middle value, okay, it means we have to search in the right half. Okay, so low becomes mid plus 1. Okay, else the final else case is when integer is less than integers of mid, that is we have to search in the left half, that is high becomes mid minus 1. Okay, so the after the loop completes, this boolean flag is set to true if the value is found, boolean flag is set to false if the value is not found. So if found, okay, I have to print search successful. Okay, so I say system dot out dot println search successful, else I print system dot out dot println search unsuccessful. Okay, all right, so this is your code. So let me just quickly compile and test this. Java C Java. Okay, so we have say 50 to search, so search successful. Then we have say 75 to search. Okay, so successful. Then I have say 86 to search. Okay, so successful. Let's say border value is 90 and 31. 90 is found, 31 is found. Let's find and the value which is not there. 10 is not found, 28 is not found. So this code is correct for your question 5. Okay, moving on to question 6. Take a minute, give this a reading. Okay, so you have to input a sentence and convert it to uppercase and display each word in a separate line. Now I've already posted a video on my channel on how to find words out of a sentence, and this can be done into multiple cases. Okay, but in this case I am going to assume that your words are separated by one single space. Even if they are separated by more than one single space, there is a very small code that you need to add. Okay, so let's begin. So in this class I write a main public static void main string args. Okay, you have to accept a sentence. I'm going to create a scanner class object, new scanner system dot in. Okay, and import java dot util dot scanner on top. Okay, now read a sentence. So I'll say string sentence is scanner dot next line. Okay, I can add a prompt before this, system dot out dot print. Now adding a prompt is not really necessary for you people because you won't be able to run and test the code. I am going to run and test the code, so I want the prompt to be printed first. So enter the string. All right, now you have read the sentence and you have to print the words out of it. So I'll say print words. Okay, so my idea to print words here is I am going to iterate this string from left to right. I am going to pick up characters in each iteration. Now if I pick up a white space, I know I am at the end of the word, so I am going to print everything that I have accumulated till this white space, which is my first word. And moment I print my word, I am going to set my current word to blank and then start accumulating characters again from left to right. I find the second white space, I add my second word, so I print is. I find third white space, I am at my third word my. Okay, so I start with a word which is blank. Okay, I have to iterate the entire string. Okay, this has word. Okay, so my index starts at 0 while I is less than sentence dot len gth. Okay, while I is a valid index, I get the ith character as sentence dot caret I. Okay, now if this character is a white space, okay, now it is not very explicitly clearly mentioned here that this is a white space or a tab. Okay, but I'm assuming this is a white space. You can also use inbuilt character class method if character dot is white space and pass C inside. Okay, use either this or this. So let's go with this. Okay, if character is white space, I'm at the end of my word, so I'm going to print my word. So I'm going to say system.out.print this word in uppercase. So let's convert this entire string to uppercase first. So I'll say convert string to uppercase. Okay, so I'll say sentence is sentence dot to uppercase. Okay, that way I don't have to convert each word to uppercase and then print. I just keep printing the words. I say print ln word, and then I set my word to blank. Okay, else if this character is not a white space, I accumulate it to my current word. Okay, so I add to my current word, and in each iteration I increment I. All right. So this way I'm going to print a word every time I find a white space. But this is not going to print my last word because there is no white space after my last word. So I have to print my last word separately. Okay, after this loop. Okay, so let me just quickly compile and show this. Java C, Java. Okay, India is my country. Okay, so you see I get 4 words all uppercase the way the output is. Now what if there are more than one white spaces between two words? For example, if I run this again, I say India, one space is two spaces, my multiple spaces country. Okay, I get these blank words I don't want. Okay, so what you can do is when you encounter a space here, okay, you can skip the following white spaces. Okay, so you can do the same thing while I is less than sentence dot length. Okay, and character dot is white space C, you can say C is character sentence dot character I plus plus and this. Okay, right, in this case this I plus plus comes here. Okay, because we are moving I forward here separately, so we have to move I here forward separately here also. Okay, now in this case when I compile and run, okay, with multiple spaces is my country, I just get the right words. All right. Okay, this process is explained in very detail in one of the videos that I've uploaded. I will add the link of that video in the description, you can check it out. Okay, so this is a solution to question 6. The next question is question 7. Design a class to overload a method number as follows. So take a minute and give this a reading. Okay, so I am going to write class question 7. You can name the class anything you want. I am naming it question 7 because this is solution to question 7. So I have void number that takes 2 arguments, public void number int num and int d, and then we have another number function with int n1. Okay, you can choose to have different names for these parameters, but I'll keep them the same. Okay, because I don't want to change a lot from the question the way it is described. Okay, all right, so the first number method takes num and d and count and display the frequency of a digit in a number. So you have to count how many times this digit d occurs in this number num. Okay, so to do this you can use two methods. You can use while loop method or you can use strings. I'm going to use the string method where I'm going to convert this num into its corresponding string. I'm going to iterate the string, pick up each character in the iteration. That character is basically a digit in a character. I'm going to compare that character digit to this digit. If they are same, I'm going to increment the frequency. Okay, so I start with int frequency equal to 0. I convert num to num str blank plus num. Okay, I iterate this num str dot length I plus plus. Okay, in each iteration I get the ith character from num str as caret. Okay, now this character is basically a digit inside a character. I have to extract the digit value of this, so which is going to be in digit is c minus 0. Very standard way to get digit out of a character that contains a digit. This is subtracting the corresponding ASCII values. So if my digit that I have extracted is equal to the digit that I have to compare with, I increment frequency by 1. Okay, and finally I have to print frequency of digit 5 equal to, okay, so I say system dot out dot println, okay, system of digit plus d plus equal to plus frequency. All right, or you can say digit in num plus num, okay, for better clarity. All right, okay, we try to match the output as much as possible to the one described in the question, right? The next is number n1 to display the sum of even digits of a number, okay, so again you have to iterate the digits of the number, so I'm going to say int sum even digits, okay. I'm going to use the same idea, string n1 str in this case is blank plus n1, okay. I iterate the same way, okay, n1 str dot length, I get the ith character, okay, from n1 str dot caret I get the digit as c minus 0. Now if this digit is even digit, percent 2 equal to 0, okay, standard check to check if any integer is even or not, I do some even digits, I have to set it to 0 to add values to it, some digit plus equal to digit, okay, and then I finally print system dot out dot println, okay, it says sum of even digits equal to, so I'll say sum of even digits in plus n1 plus equal to, okay, sum even digits. All right, so this is the class that overloads the number method, and you have to write a main method to create an object. So you can create a main method in the very same class. I'm going to create a main method here because this is my file name, public static void main string args, okay. We create an object of this class question 7 equal to new question 7, calling the default constructor because there is no constructor defined, calling the first number function, okay, question 7 dot number, okay, passing the same values, num is this and d is 5, okay, and then calling the second one number, passing this value to find the sum of even digits, okay. Time to compile and run, okay. So frequency of digit 5 in this is 1 2 3, which is correct. Sum of digits in this is 8 plus 2 10 plus 6 16. Let me change this a bit, let me make this 6 and let me make this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, okay. So compile, run, digit 6 comes twice in this number and sum of even digits is 2 plus 4 6 plus 6 12, which is correct. So this is your question 7 answer, okay. Moving on to question 8. So read the question, okay, take a minute, give this a reading, okay. So you have to write a menu driven program to perform the following operations as per user's choice. So they have two choices, one to print this, two to print this, okay. So you have to first prompt the user to enter one of these choices, user enters a choice and based on this choice you print either this or this, okay. So I start with a public static void main string args, okay. I create a scanner class object, scanner equal to new scanner system dot in, okay, and on top import java dot util dot scanner, okay. You have to ask the user for a choice, ask the user to enter a choice, okay. So system dot out dot print ln enter, I'll say print enter a choice, okay, and I expect the user to enter 1 or 2, okay, integer choice 1 or 2. Now this is one string and two string like roman numeral 1 and roman numeral 2, you can choose this as well, but then your input becomes a string and then you have to compare strings for choices. I am keeping integer for choices, that for integer 1 I will be doing this calculation, for integer 2 I will be printing this, okay. So I say int choice is scanner dot next, okay. Now if choice is 1, okay, else if choice is 2, and the final else is going to be for invalid choice. So there is, you have to do display process proper message for invalid choice. So I'm going to say system dot out dot print ln invalid choice plus the choice. Okay, all right. For choice equal to 1, I have to print the value of this, where a varies from this with increments of 2 and b is constant. So we start with double a. Okay, double b is 3.0, which is a constant. So you can do this as final as well. Okay, make it final, it does not change. A starts with 1 to 20.0. For a equal to 1.0, a is less than equal to 20.0 and a plus equal to 2, right? 2.0, right? And in each iteration you calculate the value of c equal to a square plus 2b. So you calculate c is math dot power a to the power 2a square plus 2ab, 2 into a into b. Okay, and I print this system dot out dot print. Okay, you say c plus c. Correct. Okay, this is a choice 1. Now for choice 2, you have to print this pattern. So whenever printing a pattern, I always ask you to observe output from left to right and top to bottom. So this line is printed first, then this line, then this line, then this line, and then this line. Okay, so there are 5 lines to be printed. So I'm going to create a loop that runs 5 times for int I equal to 0 and 5 I plus plus. Okay, so for line number 1 you print a, for line number 2 you print ab, for line number 3 you print abc, and so on. Okay, so I equal to 0 is my line number 1, I equal to 1 is my line number 2, I equal to 2 is my line number 3, because I starts from 0, goes to less than 5. So I takes value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, print line for each value of I. Okay, so I will say for char ch starts with a, right? Ch goes till less than equal to a plus I and ch plus plus. Okay, so ch basically is uppercase a and goes till a plus I. So if I equal to 0, it goes till a only. So for I equal to 0, only a will be printed. For I equal to 1, ch goes to a plus I, a plus 1, which is b. So ch will take values a and b, which will be printed for second line. Similarly for c, d, and e. Okay, I equal to 2, 3, and 4. So I say system.out.print, okay, c, print c, so that all these characters are printed together in the single line, and then finally when all of these are printed, I change a line. Okay, so 5 lines, printing each line for each value of I and then changing a line. Okay, so this is your code for question 8. Okay, compiling enter choice value to, oh, semicolon missing, compiling again, system.out.print c, or ch it is, making silly mistakes, compiling again, compiles. Okay, running this, I say 1. So for 1 I get c is 7.0. I have to do this print ln, another mistake, not really a mistake, but does not give you a very pretty output. Okay, java c java, so I say 1. So I get 27, 27, 5, 91, 35. So basically for a equal to 1 and b equal to 3, this is going to be a square, which is 1 plus 2ab, which is going to be 2 into 3, 6 into 1. So 6 plus 1, 7 should be the first output. Then a plus equal to 2, a becomes 3. So 3 square, which is 9 plus 2 into 3 into b. So 2 into 3, 6 into 3, 18. 18 plus 9, 27. You get 27. Then a becomes 5. So 5 square is 25. 25 plus 2 into 5, 10 into 3, 30 plus 25 will give you 55, and so on. So this is correct. Running this again, I enter 2 and I get the pattern that I am looking for. Okay, I enter another value, say 3, invalid choice 3. Okay, so this is your code for question 8. Moving on to question 9, take a minute and give this a reading. Okay, so we have to write a program to input and store integer elements into a double dimensional array, 2D array of size 3 into 3. Size of array is fixed, so you have to enter 9 values and find the sum of elements of the left diagonal. Left diagonal is this, so 1, 6, 4. So 1, 6 plus 4, you get 11. Okay, so I write a main method, public static void main, I say string args. Okay, creating a scanner class object to read from the user system.in. and import java.util.scanner on top. Okay, what do I have to read is enter 9 values. So I'll say read 9 values into a 2D array of size 3 by 3. Okay, so I create this 2D array arr equal to new int 3 by 3. Okay, I print the user a prom message, print enter, I'll say print ln, enter 9 integer values. Okay, so I say for int I equal to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus. Similarly for int j equal to 0, for int j equal to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus. I say ar of I comma j is scanner dot next int. Okay, so you have read 9 values into your 3 into 3 array. Okay, now I have to find sum of left diagonal elements. Okay, I'll say int sum left diagonal is 0. All right, so left diagonal is basically 1, 6 and 4, basically where I and j are equal. So all you have to do is iterate, okay, the values of I and say left sum diagonal plus equal to, okay, ar of I comma I. Okay, okay, where I and j are equal, so you can use the value of I itself. Okay, and then you print. Okay, you say sum of the left diagonal elements equal to, so you say system dot out dot println, okay, plus some left diagonal. Okay, now you don't have to overthink into this and you start wondering if you have to print something like this. No, things are not usually that complicated. All you have to do is follow instructions and write minimum code that is going to satisfy this requirements. Okay, right, time to compile and run. So 9 integer values are going to be 135, 135, 468, 468 and 924, 924. The sum of left diagonal elements is 11, 1 plus 6 plus 4. You can run this again, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So left diagonal elements are 9 plus 1, 10 plus 5, 15. Run this again, 23, 4, 5, 1, 1, 6, 1, 23, 5. So 5 plus 1 plus 23 is 26, 29. So 29. Okay, so this is your question 9 solution and we have solved the entire paper. Okay, hope you like this video and I hope this was helpful. So I will be adding links to all the solutions, all the codes and all the answers in the description of this video. So make sure that you check the description of this video for all the important links, and this solution will also be solved in Hindi on my Code with BK Hindi channel. So the link for that solution will be in the description. Please check it out. And also please let me know if I marked any question wrong. I try not to, but we all make mistakes. So please let me know your thoughts on this. Please like, share and subscribe, and please let me know in the comments if there's a question you want to solve or if there's a concept you want to discuss. Thank you.